guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a general intuitive monthly tarot reading focusing on the energy surrounding us during the month of March 2018. For this reading, I'll be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. Any clarifiers, if I need to use them, I will be using the Klimt Tarot. It's the mini, it's the pocket edition, right, of the Klimt Tarot. And the two oracle cards for this month, I will use the Soulful Woman oracle card and one additional one from the Power of Love deck by James von Praagh. Okay. As always, I'd just like to remind you that these readings are general in nature. The messages may or may not resonate with you. I would suggest that you check out, besides your sun sign video, also take a look at your moon sign and rising sign, because some months, one video might not resonate, but the others might, or, all three of them together will give you a more holistic view of what's going on during the month. And if you would like a truly personalized reading, the only way to get that is to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find pricing as well as the types of videos, the video readings that I offer. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Just a couple of quick announcements. This month of March, I'll be putting out 2 full moon spread readings. These are in addition to the regular readings that I usually put out during the month, because this month of March we have 2 full moons coming up. So the first one is on March 1st, and the second one of the month, the blue moon, will be on March 31st. So be looking out for those, and also be looking out for the drawing giveaway video I will be posting. So if you're interested, it explains what you need to do to get entered into the drawing. I usually do 1 free drawing at the full moon each month. This month there'll be 2. Last month we didn't have any because there weren't any full moons, and we had 2 in January. So watch that if you're interested. You could enter to win one. It's a 1-question reading, but I usually do just similar to what the monthly reading looks like. I do a 10-card Celtic cross spread, pull clarifiers. So if you're interested, take advantage of the giveaway. All right, I will stop for now, and we'll see each of you for your reading. Have a wonderful month. Hi, Taurus. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your March 2018 reading. As you can see, I've already shuffled off camera. I've already laid out the spread, really just to try to save a little bit of time here. So let me go ahead and lower my camera just a little bit. All right, so we will start off here in the center of the reading. You have the 7 of Pentacles, crossed by the Ace of Cups. The foundation of your reading, you have card number 21, the World. In the past position, you have Major Arcana number 9, the Hermit. Grounding your reading, you have the 6 of Wands. In the future position, you have Major Arcana number 3, the Empress. You in the reading appear as the 9 of Wands. Surrounding you in your environment, you have Major Arcana number 11, Justice. Your hopes and fears, the 9 of Cups. And your outbound energy for the month of March, heading into April, the King of Swords. And the card that was at the bottom of the deck, so the overall energy for the month, is the 4 of Wands. Okay, and you do have 2 oracle cards as well that I pulled. I'll get to those once we go through the main reading here. So to start off with, I notice you have 4 Major Arcana cards, so a good number of Major Arcana cards. You also have three number nines. You have the Hermit, right, which is 9 of the major arcana. You have the 9 of wands, and you also have the 9 of cups. So three nines in a reading speak to, it can be like a windfall, like a good sort of turn of events, something going in your favor, something quite unexpected coming in. And you do have, at the foundation, this World card plus the Victory card crowning your reading, justice in your environment. So, and at the center of the reading, this Ace of Cups, this beautiful new beginning. So there could be some type of windfall coming in. If not, then, there's a lot of positive energy I see surrounding you for this month of March. But let's go through all of the cards, okay? So starting off here with this Seven of Pentacles, and I must apologize for my voice. I've just been very sick. That's why the readings are coming out a little later than normal, because it's been hard trying to record, and my voice just sounds terrible. So sorry in advance for that. The Seven of Pentacles. What the Suit of Pentacles has to do with, it's the material realm, right? So the material things that we can touch and feel. We usually associate it with work that we do, our finances, our home, our family, education as well, knowledge. So everything, here in the material realm, and also prosperity, right? We can associate it with prosperity. And the Seven of Pentacles, what it shows is that, you've been working very hard. You have reached some type of milestone. You see that the woman here, she does have this basket of fruit, right? She's looking quite content. She's pleased with herself for what she has been able to achieve, either financially in the career sector. But she also understands that there's more to be done, so you can see that she's pausing here. She's sitting, taking this time out to evaluate what the next steps are. So yes, she's happy and she's proud of the work that she's done. She's proud of what she has accomplished so far, but she also understands that, she needs to keep on working in order to, reap more in the future, to get to the 9, the 10 of Pentacles, to reach, the sort of the pinnacle, to reach have that financial stability and security that she really wants. So reaching a milestone, but still, eyes on the future and planning for what she still needs to do. And excuse me. So it's crossed here by this Ace of Cups, right? The Seven of Pentacles crossed by the Ace of Cups. So, first of all, the Suit of Cups, because we do have the Ace of Cups here, we have the Nine of Cups over here, and the Hopes and Fears. So it's a suit that deals with water energy. So we usually associate it with our relationships, our emotions, our feelings, how our feelings and emotions influence our, how we interact with others, how we sort of move through life. It also has to do with our own intuition. And aces are wonderful cards in the tarot. So they're blessed. It's blessed energy. It's a yes card. So if there's, something that you're waiting for an answer on, when the ace appears, it's, it's a yes, it's a victory card. And with this, being associated with the Suit of Cups, we usually think of it as, some type of new beginning. Could be in the love, in the relationship, arena. Could be some type of renewal as far as your relationship goes. So, and that's if you're already in a relationship, some type of renewal within the relationship. Could be, a new offering coming in, something that, since it's crossing the Seven of Pentacles, some type of new offering that will bring you great, emotional fulfillment, happiness, Could have to do with, a new job offer, since it's crossing the Seven of Pentacles, something that's going to bring you some type of renewed sense of security with regards to your finances, or new offering coming in, new job offering. Sometimes it has to do with, an offering of love, in the sense that it's like a marriage proposal. It could be, that for some of you, that could be that. And we do have the Four of Wands as the overall energy for the month. So, especially with this Ace of Cups crossing, or at the center of the reading, as this either, hindrance or obstacle, or helping, crossing the Seven of Pentacles, there could be, for some of you, marriage, on the horizon, or a new offering, right? A new offering of engagement, or, actually planning to get married. And for others, it's just, it could be you, there being this new sort of overflowing of intuition as well. And maybe this intuition has something to do with, your next steps, and how you're going to reach whatever, or move on, and plan the next steps. Maybe it's by tapping into your intuition and, using that to help you. But we'll see how everything else sort of ties in here as we go through the reading. So we have at the foundation, Major Arcana number 21, the World. So this is the last of the Major Arcana cards, right? It's the it's the culmination of the Fool's journey. So the Major Arcana, they begin with the Zero card, which is the Fool embarking upon his new journey. And then he goes through all of the, the trials and tribulations along the way, to learn, to have that spiritual growth, right, to reach this last card, which is the World card. So it really indicates, this culmination of his journey. It indicates a completion of a long cycle, a significant cycle or chapter in our lives, right? It also has to do with new beginnings, because with the ending, right, with one door closing, one chapter ending, there is the promise of a new beginning. And we have the butterflies surrounding her here, right, representing renewal, rebirth, new cycles, new things coming in. So definitely, it's a very positive card, and it's all about, and that sits at the foundation here. So some significant chapter or cycle in your life ending, which, going back to this marriage card, for some of you, if if that is what this Ace of Cups is, then obviously that would be a significant ending, right? Ending your time as a bachelor, right, or as a single person, ending the engagement to actually, start planning for the wedding. We have here in the past position, the Hermit. Now, the Hermit card, another Major Arcana, this card has to do with retreating from the world. It's sort of withdrawing to really reflect again on next steps. It's a spiritual retreat. You sort of step back, really go inwards, try to figure out where you're heading from here, what the next steps are. But this sits in the past position, okay? So for some of you, this could have been over the past, few weeks, or even going back a month or so. Just you've been really thinking about what your next steps are, and where you're going, and where you want to go, and how you're going to make it there, and planning for these next steps. It's also a card that, and they're really, yes, it is, it's about going, retreating, going within, but it really is about, meditating, reevaluating sort of the path that you're on, and, where you want to go, which is, similar here to this Seven of Pentacles, in the sense that, you're happy with what you've achieved, but that you're still trying to figure out, okay, and now what, and what are the next steps? So that you have in the past crowning you, right, or message from your higher self, or you have your thoughts, right? The higher message coming in is the Six of Wands. So this is all about victory. So we have this Ace of Cups as a success card, a yes card, victory in the middle. We also have the Six of Wands. And the Wands energy is fire energy. And We usually associate it with the work that we do, creative endeavors, projects, has to do with, things we do around the house. It's the day-to-day matters that we have to deal with. But, the six, it's a card of recognition. It's the card of receiving some type of accolades, right? And you see that this man, not only is he brave, he has the lion with him, but he also has, look, he has the crystal ball, so he has great vision, right? He has he's looking ahead, and he has this great vision for where it is that he wants to go. But usually this card appears when you're receiving some type of recognition. So that within the workplace, this could be, maybe you have applied for a job. Maybe this is your resume standing out from the rest, people like your resume really catching the eye of other people. So you're the one who's going to get called in for the interview. It could be within, where you currently work. Maybe you've been working on a project, or, and your boss finally sort of takes a look at what you've done and says, oh, wow, it's done a great job. And so you receive some type of recognition, of accolades, of could be in the form of a bonus or a pay increase, or actual moving up within the company, or it could just be receiving a job well done. But whatever it is a card of victory. It's a very triumphant card, and of being victorious here. Now, what comes in the future position, we have the Empress. Now, the Empress card, she's three of the major arcana, right? Number 3. She has to do with this expansive energy, so expanding one's horizons, right? When we think of the threes, they're usually about abundance and expansive energy. The Empress in particular, you can see that she's, again, we have the butterflies around her, right, symbolizing the rebirth, the renewal. She's in this beautiful, lush garden. The trees are laden with fruit. We have the wheat, behind her. Everything is just very green and lush. And she is actually with child, right? She's actually pregnant here. So, and for some of you, obviously this is not going to resonate for everybody, but for some of you, especially as, we have this Ace of Cups at the center of the reading. We have the World here at the foundation. We do have the Four of Wands over here. Here's the overall energy, which I will get to in 1 second. There could be pregnancy, right? There could be pregnancy coming up towards the middle to end of the month. So if this is something that you don't want, then I would say take your precautions, right? For those of you who who are looking to have a child, then there's a possibility with this Empress energy here. For others, this could be just whatever it is that you've been taking this time out and planning for, and planning out the next steps. The Empress comes in, and it's all about, again, it's abundance. It's a very expansive, abundant energy. So for some of you, this could be, new projects taking off. So, you coming up with new ideas, you giving birth to, especially with this vision of the Six of Wands card, giving birth, but in the sense of new things, new projects, new creative endeavors. It could be, for others, this could have to do with, I was looking here, with the World card at the foundation, and then this coming up in the future, the Empress. Again, I get the, closing one door and another door opening. So closing a significant period or chapter in your life, ending in a new one beginning. Obviously, if this is to do with, an engagement or getting married, that makes sense. If this is to do with, finding out about pregnancy, obviously makes sense. You're going from, from not having a child to being with child. So that would make sense here as well. But for others of you, this could be you teaming up with other people, partnering up with other people, right? If we go back to looking at it as more of, in the career sense, with this, you know, receiving the accolades, you planning for the next steps. This could be you, you know, giving birth to new ideas, partnering up with other people in order to, you know, to bring about whatever these new ideas are, new projects, to work on them. But we have you here. You appear as this Nine of Wands, so more fire energy. We have the Six of Wands over here. We have the Nine of Wands, and then overall energy of the Four of Wands. So more energy having to do with the day-to-day matters, your possibly career, right? Your creative projects, creative endeavors. And there's 9. It's more of a sort of defensive energy, right? The Nine of Wands, because you can see here, let me hold her up again. Again, we have this this sort of repeated message of taking time out. We have it with the 9, the Hermit. We also had it with the 7 of Pentacles, right? With the reevaluating. And we have it again here with this 9 of Wands. But she's a little bit different in that, yes, she's taking this time out. She is, you know, she's reflecting here. And again, she also has, you know, she has the lion, she has the crystal, so she has, there's still courage, you know, it's right next to her. She does have the vision, but she's not really focused on those, right? And she's taking this time out, but it's more about waiting, you know, waiting in order to proceed ahead, waiting to see what happens. Yeah, she does look like she's just resting there, but she's actually, you know, plotting. She's planning what her next steps are. She's looking at what's going on around her more, right? She's being cautious. She's watching her back. So it's more of a defensive energy, you know. She's yes, she's planning, she's taking this time out to move forward, but she's also cautious about, you know, what might come up or what difficulties, you know, she might face, or you know, unexpected things coming out of nowhere. So she's proceeding ahead, but it's with caution, right? And what you have here in your surrounding, your environment card, or how others are viewing you, you have Justice. So the Justice card, it's very karmic, right? A karmic card, because it speaks of karmic justice. It speaks of, you see that she's holding the scales of justice. She, in one hand, she has the scales of justice. On the other, she has her sword, right? To the sword of truth, of clarity. And this is what's going on around you. So, you know, even though you are here, you know, proceeding ahead with caution, you know, what's going on? There could be some karmic justice coming through with this World card, and you know, this new beginning, and this ending with the World card. There could be some type of karmic justice, you know, attached to that for you. You know, there could be, for some of you, there could be some type of legal proceedings, possibly at this time, because we also have as the outbound energy the King of Swords, who I usually associate with, you know, somebody who gives counsel, somebody who, you know, a lot of times the King of Swords appears when it's like a lawyer seeking out, you know, the advice of a lawyer, possibly a judge. So for some of you, and maybe this has something to do with you proceeding ahead, but doing so cautiously. For some, there could be news coming through with regards to, you know, a legal matter, legal proceedings. If so, you know, we have the 2 positive cards here, so things are definitely going in your favor as far as the, you know, the legal proceedings go. It also has to do with weighing up all the sides before you make an important decision. And so you are taking this time out here with this 9 of Wands. So, you know, while evaluating everything, do so, you know, in a very fair manner, do so in an ethical manner. Be responsible for, you know, your decisions, because obviously every decision has, you know, you have to be accountable for the decisions that you make, right? Be responsible for your actions. So, but it's also, again, it's a karmic card because it speaks of divine, you know, this divine justice and the divine order to the universe. A lot of times things happen, and, you know, if people treat us unfairly, or things happen that we, you know, we think are unfair, we tend to say, you know, to sort of think to ourselves, well, why does nothing happen to that person? And I'm here doing everything the right way and acting in a, an ethical manner and acting in a fair manner, and that person just, treats everybody like this or treats me like that, or, and nothing happens to that person. Remember that things don't happen in our timing. Things happen in divine timing. So for some of you, there could be some type of divine justice coming in right here. Your hopes and fears, you have the Nine of Cups. So more cups energy. The Nine of Cups is the wish card, right? It's the wish upon a star. You see that the woman, she has the dandelion. She's blowing the fluff up into the skies. So she's putting her intentions, right? Setting her intentions and then putting them out into the universe. So it's all about, making a wish, but then having your dreams come true, having those wishes come true or granted. It also cautions us to be careful what we do wish for, right? Make sure that, when you set your intentions, just like with the Justice card, it's important to be responsible for your thoughts, for your actions. Same thing here with the Nine of Cups. Be careful what you wish for, right? So, because a lot of times when we do put our intentions out into the universe, the universe has a way of, working its magic and making these things happen, So it's all about having wishes come true. And then the outbound energy with this King of Swords. So again, this is it could be somebody that you are seeking, the counsel of this person. The Suit of Swords, it has to do with the intellect, it's mental energy, cerebral energy, it's communication as well, how we communicate our thoughts to others. And the King, it could be an actual person. When we have court cards appear in a reading, they can be people that might be playing a significant role during this time. If so, then typically this would be an older air sign individual, male or female. It's not gender specific. So either Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But usually an older person, because the kings and queens of the tarot, they've really mastered their particular suit. So this is somebody he's quite powerful. He definitely knows how to use his intellect to resolve situations. He's very fair. He's very truthful. He keeps his emotions under check, in balance. It's not that necessarily he's a cold individual. He's fair, but he doesn't allow his emotions to sort of overtake everything else. He uses his intellect. He's very rational. He really evaluates the situation. So again, this could be somebody you're dealing with, especially with this Justice card right here. Going back to the Ace of Cups and this, new beginnings and endings. I mean, for some of you, this justice could be the justice of the peace, and this could be, you going to the court or, going to the justice of the peace to get married. For others, this could be just looking at the Justice card with the King of Swords. It could be a lawyer, you seeking out legal counsel, dealing with the judge, dealing with the courts. Or this could just be you taking on the energy of the King of Swords. And if so, then, this is you just using your intellect, speaking your mind, being very just, being really evaluating everything before making a decision. And then when you do make it, making a fair decision, a wise decision. But that's really more towards the end of the month as you head into the month of April. And again, the overall energy for the entire month of March is this Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands, it represents a celebration. It can definitely represent a marriage, right? A wedding ceremony. It's all about a rejoicing, celebrating some type of achievement, or like a milestone. We have the milestone over here with the Seven of Pentacles, and I said with it being crossed by the Ace of Cups, it could very well be, more within the relationship sector. So for some of you, there could be, a deepening of the commitment. So, and with the endings here with the World, it could be, some of you are going to be proposing, or maybe you'll be on the receiving end of that, or moving to the next level and actually getting married, or there could be a celebration, with regards to a marriage. We usually think of it as like the happy, like the home and family, and there's this card doesn't actually show it, but on the in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it has there's a celebration, and there's sort of the castle or the home behind them, so there could be something to do with a new home as well. Excuse me. So there could be, some type of either moving into a new home, could be fixing up a new home, there could be moving in together, moving into a new house. Definitely, lots of new things happening here, but there is a sense of now moving on to the oracle cards here, we have from the Power of Love deck, we have satisfaction. Let me hold this up so you can see it. This one says, you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. And from the Soulful Woman deck, there's a similar type of message coming through. And it says, it's card number 22, and it says, fearless self-love. Whenever I choose to love myself, no matter the circumstances surrounding me, I'm practicing fearlessness. Okay, so let me read you for the oracle cards. I like to read the full description from the guidebook. So beginning with this Soulful Woman card, let me find her here, card number 22. It says, I love myself fearlessly. I love myself as beautiful, good, and worthy, no matter what else is happening around me. My self-love keeps me well and happy. I nourish my self-love with daily acts of sacred self-care. This is the source of my true power. I listen to and value the guidance of my inner wisdom. In the face of negative messages and faulty beliefs, I return to the natural feminine at my core and celebrate this ground of being within myself. And I always return to self-love. In this way, I practice fearlessness. Okay, and the satisfaction card says, let me find it, here we go. What other people think of you is none of your business. You should never look outside yourself for acceptance or validation, because it sends the message that you don't trust your own soul's worth. When you're in a space of self-acceptance, you confirm to the universe that you are everything you are meant to be. In this awareness, you are able to live freely and joyfully because you are not seeking validation through someone or something else. You can live your life and make choices out of love instead of fear. To enter this space, you must have the realization that your soul's makeup is divinely perfect. The limitations you've placed on yourself and your self-criticisms are usually based on giving away your power to another or seeking outside approval. The ego is judgmental and critical and filled with insecurities, while the soul is perfectly at ease and has come back here to enjoy a journey of self-discovery. One of the biggest traps in learning to be satisfied is comparing yourself to others. Remember that you have come back to an earth school made up of myriad souls and experiences. You aren't meant to be like anyone else. Love yourself for being the compassionate, unique person you are. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, obviously we have all these, these messages of love and new love, but a very strong message here about self-love, which is most definitely important, right? You first have to love yourself before you can think of loving others, right? So interesting messages. Some quite, I would say some strong messages coming through for you for the month of March, Taurus. I do hope that they've helped you in some way. I thank you very much for joining me here today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of March. Bye for now.